Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode from your boy D at Salvage Nation. Take a look at this bad boy. We've got a 2021 BMW G82 M4 competition on the channel, and we're going to be rebuilding it in this episode. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Now we got a phone call last night, late in the night. It was Akil's best friend, and he said, yo bro, I've had a little bit of a bumper to bumper accident. I think it's all right, I've just broken the headlight. The car turned up today. And this is his pride and joy. It's a brand new car and it's a complete mess. Now, already this morning we've been looking around for parts, and it's just been a hard graft trying to find this headlight. It's a laser LED. If anyone knows what that means, let me know. So it's one step further than LED. It's a laser LED. And I'm going to be going through all the damage. We're going to be showing you everything. I'm going to get the car started up. I'm going to show you the interior. Oh, there's a lot, and then we're going to fix it. So yeah, the car belongs to Akil's best friend. It's come into the garage. We've stopped working on all our other builds because we want to knock this out for him so he can get back on the roads. And I was thinking, you know what, you guys might want to see it, so I'm going to be documenting everything. Alright guys, so we're going to start here. In terms of what I want to show you, these headlights, these are called laser LED. Like, if any of you guys are very clued up on this new technology, tell me what this is all about. Let me know in the comments down below. All I know is A, they're very expensive, and B, they're super hard to find. It's a late model, and I guess there are not a lot of these parts in circulation just as yet because it's a 2021 model. But anyway, have a look at these lights. They look crazy. It's the kind of icon style, but obviously these are the newer version and they're called laser LED. Now the reason I'm wasting time telling you about this is because, check here, this side is smashed and we are struggling to find this part. We've actually gone to eBay, we've gone to our local suppliers, we checked the local BMW kind of part store, Stephen James, that's where I get all my BMW parts from, and they quoted 3,500 plus VAT for just that one headlight. No modules, nothing, and then we still need to get the modules, still need to code it in, and it's just not feasible at the moment. As a last resort, we may have to go back to that, but when you're in the salvage game, it's all about shopping around and seeing where you can find your best deals. I'm looking for a used one on eBay at the moment, and Akil has reached out to some of his suppliers across Europe. So yeah, that's our first issue there. Now this bumper is kind of pushed in right here, but I'm hoping that we should be able to repair that bumper. It's not torn, it's not cracked, it's literally just pushed in a little bit on that side, which I guess is proper solid plastic, this bumper, because normally they would have ripped. With this kind of damage, I would have expected a tear or a crack, and it hasn't. The bonnet on the G82s, they're aluminium, but if you look, the rest of the bonnet is fine, and I'm hoping that we're going to try to repair just this section. We're going to give it a go, see how it looks, see how it kind of responds to the panel beating and the panel work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we have to get a bonnet. The wing on this side, have a look, the rest of the wing is fine, but right here has got a little tiny kink right at the edge. Once again, if it was just that would have been fine, but look, it's torn here, and there's no point trying to do aluminium welding, etc, etc. So we went ahead and we put in an order for a new wing from BMW, and that is en route. That was actually Akil, how much was the wing? Was it more than 200? It was expensive, but it was deemed necessary. I still can't remember, we need to get the paperwork in the back, but anyway, that is en route from BMW, Stephen James, that's coming down. So yeah, new, we're gonna try to fix, we're gonna fix, and we need a new one there. And that's it for that section. What I wanna show you though is if I open up the bonnet, if you look at these little brackets here, these little brackets are bent. So once again, we will have to strip down this whole front end just to access this corner here. We're gonna open up these number 10 bolts there, get rid of this broken bracket, replace that bracket, all of these brackets that need to be replaced, and then we're gonna put the new wing on. So these are the brackets that hold the headlight in place and the wing in place. If we try to straighten this and we don't replace this, the gap in is just, it's never gonna be 110%. It's never gonna be 100% because if we bend it with the naked eye, these are just never gonna be 100%. And these brackets are very expensive. And these brackets are very important to make sure that you get a nice lineup job. So we will be replacing all of that. Other than that, everything in this area is all nice, clean. There's no issues there. Look at the new style engine. BMW just keep changing their technology and what they do with the engines, but have a look at this. Okay, how many liters is this? It's a milk bill, 3 litre milk bottle apparently, but I'm pretty sure this is putting down a lot of power. I'm pretty sure this is putting down more power than your Mercedes, Akil. Yeah?
It's more faster, yeah, but no more power.
Yeah.
This is the best engine ever made from BMW.
This one?
Yeah.
This is the best engine. Why?
It's fully forged.
Ah, so it's a fully forged engine apparently. So the best engine ever made from BMW according to that man there.
Really?
All right, guys. Speaking of engine, let's get inside and fire it up. All right, guys. So we are inside. It says vehicle key is missing. I don't know why, because the vehicle key is right here. There we go. Start her up, and straight away you've got that digital cockpit. I first saw these on the Mark 7.5 Golfs, but I just think that looks so nice. And I've seen this online, but yeah, seeing it in person, this just looks really, really good. I like what they've done with the interior here as well. They've rejigged the interior for this G28. They've rejigged the complete interior on the They've rejigged the complete interior on the G series. You got that lovely M4 Competition kind of logo right there. I like it. It's a bit different. I'm accustomed to having the park and buttons here and to unlock and lock, but it's got it. It's kind of like incorporated it all into the front end bit. This is a big old touch wheel once again, and I like that this is not a standalone unit. I like what they've done. They've kind of merged everything together. On my other BMWs that I've worked on my M135i, this is a Cetric controller to this, but they've just brought it all together and they've just made it a lot more clean and nice. The leather in here, once again, this is a brand new car, like it smells brand new, but the leather is amazing. It's in good condition. At the minute it says lighting system. It's touchscreen. Okay, yes. So yeah, this whole touch panel here is touchscreen. Didn't even know that. So close bonnet, close message, restraint system, I need to look into that. Go home. It's got Navi, home. Yeah, once again, this is all the latest technology from BMW. I like what they've done here as well. My partner's dad has got a similar car and has got this, I don't know what it is yet, so you can turn on and off all the additional assistance that you need when you're driving. It's actually got a feature on here. So my partner's dad and her mum, they drive their car, and it's got this thing that, I don't know, something about the latest, it's a lane assist, but it actually turns the car. So if you're driving and it feels like you're going off the lane, it would actually like control the car for you. And what they always say is when you're driving and you're in control and you just feel the car pulling to the side, it can be a bit scary because you don't expect it, but that's the car kind of correcting itself. But anyway, enough of that. They've separated the M1 and M2 buttons here. It looks a bit like the Formula 1 cars now. I really like Formula 1, and when I'm watching them, like, my favorite driver is Hamilton. He's always fiddling and playing around with these little buttons at the top. But anyway, on the older series, the F series and the E series, the M1 and M2 buttons are here, obviously. But yeah, I really like this new steering wheel. I like what the airbag, what they've done. I've seen some really cool airbags online with the stitching and that, and you can really get these done up to be really, really nice. But everything else on the car is looking good. It's been running, it's warmed up. Like, you can feel the power in that. I can't wait to give it a little test drive before we take it back to the original owner. And he's happy for us to drive it. He's happy for us to kind of like just take care of it. This particular model, I just noticed as well, it's got Harman Kardon audio. I will be testing that. But look, the inside of the car is just really, really clean. There's no issues, no airbag damage, there's nothing there. So it's pretty much just sort out that little bit there, and this car can go back to its happy owner. So with that said, let's get into tearing down that front end. Just look at that bird's eye view, really like it. The technology is just crazy. Yep. Right guys, so I got started by removing the leather strip on the top of the bumper, which also exposes another additional bit of plastic which is new to the G series. After removing these pop clips, that then exposed the T25 screws that were hiding behind this panel. Once I removed those, that would give me access to remove the front bumper. Quick check on the GoPro Quick app to see how you guys are getting on with the views, and then I continued working my way through getting off all of these screws and just making light work of removing this bumper. So guys, you're back on the GoPro. The last video I done this in, I got good feedback. You guys said it made you guys feel closer, so I hope you're closer. You're with me on this one, man. See guys, for one thing about me, whether it's my personal car or not, I just respect the car. So it don't need to be my personal car to make great content and for me to enjoy working on it. I've never worked on a G series because it's a new car. I've never worked on one of these before, so I'm excited to see how to take everything apart. I'm happy to trial and error my way through all of this, but I'm pretty sure it should be almost the same. They just go about doing the same thing a bit more efficient, a bit more better. And already I can see like the construction of how they put this car together is very different. It's got some brace here, and it's got, if I feel it and I can see it, it's got like a rubber gasket down there. It's really nice. It's got a camera right here, but it looks like the camera's got a little damage. Never saw that camera in the bumper. BMW again, they're doing it, man. See, now I don't want to waste any time with all of this because this is already broken. We're gonna just cut this out. I'll get my angle grinder, cut that there, and then I can access the screws and take it out. Because both of these are getting chucked out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Guys, I just made a massive mistake. I cut this. We said we were gonna fix this, and I bloody cut it. Ugh. Yeah, let's speak to Akil, and we're either gonna have to get a new bumper, or we're gonna try to fix even more damage that I just caused. So guys, at this moment in time, I felt like the biggest donut. I can't believe I made such a schoolboy error, and it's because I wasn't paying attention. I was just kind of like in full flow. But anyway, Akil made me feel a lot better. He told me he should be able to fix it, and if he can't, it is what it is. Hashtag keep it moving, and I had to apply that. So, moving on. I had to remove this wheel to gain access to the splash guard, to gain access to the side screws on the bumper. With that out, I was able to remove the bumper, remove the broken light, and as you can see, there is some damage hidden underneath. It's a little bit more than we expected. Allow me to explain. Alright guys, so with everything, I've just taken off the bumper, broken headlight, and now we can see down in here, and yeah, this is what I was a bit worried about. That's that cross member is bent, a few more brackets, and this radiator looks alright. That's a positive. Everything in this area seems okay, everything under there, and then I open up the bonnet, you can see more clearly. I went ahead and I removed the brackets that I was showing you earlier. I've shown you already, so I don't need to go over them again. We're going to get new ones, get that in place. We might have to get this headlight bracket because that's now gone down that ways, and the same thing applies. If you try to straighten that, it's just not going to be normal. This is that rubber piece that I was telling you about. So yeah, the construction of this front end on the G82 is very different to the F82 and all the other E-Series BMWs that I've worked on. But this is a learning curve for me, and I hope that it's a learning curve for you guys as well. So now that we've got all of this off, I know everything that I need to get. I'm gonna wrap up here now, but like I said, we're gonna complete everything in this episode. So I'm gonna catch you guys once parts are in and we're ready to continue stripping down and reassemble. And then we'll take it from there. We're gonna be spraying, etc, etc. So I'll catch you guys in a few days.
New M4. Print?
Yeah.
What's print?
Anything. Just do it again.
Cheers.
Now you need to come back.
So guys, it's about 5 days later and we're back in good spirits. As you can see here, this is BMW from Stephen James in Infield making the delivery of a single parking sensor and that passenger side wing. And if I tell you the truth, these two parts were over 500 quid. Because it's a brand new car, the parts are super pricey. We didn't waste any time and Akil got it straight, tied down, prepped for paint, and started to lay a few layers of base coat. Because the panels come from the dealership in a very clean but bare metallic finish, this is a white primer base coat which is going to give it a nice foundation for the actual colour. Whilst Akil continued the painting process next door, Angus got started with preparing the front bumper for paint. We were using a plastic base filler which will add extra rigidity but be flexible enough to not crack in the event of a future impact. I'll explain a little bit more about this later on. So guys, because we have to do a repair on this bumper, the bumper skin alone is so expensive. So we're doing a repair on this bumper and we're using this plastic filler right there. I just showed it to you. And the reason why we're using that is if this car ever has a bump on that same place, the plastic filler is going to flex. It's not like as brittle as a regular filler. It's specifically for plastic and it's flexible. Once it's hardened and it's cured, it's a bit more flexible than regular. With the joys of editing, we fast forwarded a few days and now we can see all of that body filler have been sanded flat and a few layers of primer have been applied. We then sanded that primer to a nice smooth finish and we masked up the entire car, getting it ready for paint. With all of that done, it was now finally time to put down some base coat. This is going to be the final colour on the panels, and Akil got straight in there with his gun and he was starting to lay down that base. The technique Akil is using here is a simple and standard technique for painting these sort of panels, where you mist it on for the first few layers and you allow those layers to build to form a final finished piece. Everything's coming together and everything is looking really, really nice. The fumes were getting a bit much, so I came outside and I watched the clouds go by as Akil continued to spray before I went back inside. And check this out. There you have it, guys. The paint work has been completed, and whatever angle you look at this car, everything is looking nice. I'm happy with the way that the paint went down. Akil is happy. Tell me what you think, but we left it to cure for a few days. Yeah, buddy. What are you thinking?
One more milk bottle.
Another one?
Yeah.
Once this is all done, we're going to take this for a test drive, man. Jeez! So guys, this thing is like gold dust. This has come all the way from Albania. Akil knew a guy that knew a guy. We had to search high and low. But guys, check it out. We've gone ahead and we replaced these top brackets, like I said. Everything inside has been replaced. You saw the paint work. We sprayed this half of the front bumper, sprayed the wing, we blended it that way, and then we're going to try to do some body work up there. But the car's really come back together, and you're getting all of this in a single episode. I hope you enjoy it. It's a 2021 G82 Come on M Sport Competition. We're going to be taking it for a test drive. Once it's all done, we're going to be seeing what this bad boy can do. But for now, let's continue with the work and get everything on that front end sorted. So guys, check this little dog out. He's the local celebrity here in East London, and he popped in to see the Salvage Nation team and lend a hand, literally. Thanks for that, bro. Give me a spot. Right, with the dog gone, it was time to transfer the old ballast and modules from the broken headlight onto the new headlight, and hopefully we can get this one up and running and we can get it fitted onto the car. Akil did this and made light work of that task. And there you have it, guys. The headlight is fitted, and now it's time to just reassemble everything and hopefully restart the car, and that bad boy should work. Or will it? Before we put the bumper on, we realized that the headlight was still a little bit shaky, and we realized it's because it was missing this little mounting guide. So we had to remove the bumper, refit a new mounting guide before putting everything back together and getting the entire front end assembled on the car. Akil enlisted the help of this random hooded guy because I was too busy holding the camera, getting you guys the best possible views of everything. But anyway, he did a good job. And with all of that sorted, as you can see, the bumper was going on without a hitch. All the clips were coming together nicely, and it simply just needed to be popped into place and replace a few screws. The next day we came back in and we got straight back to work. With everything assembled, it was now time to flat, cut and polish, and Akil has got his own perfected technique of using the DA with a little bit of soapy water to really get that paintwork flattened down to a nice smooth finish. And if you look at the spinning disc, that yellow section is kind of like a pad. It basically buffs and allows the sanding material at the bottom to pass over everything and adjust to the contours of the surface. After a quick wipe down, that process was now completed and it was time to move on to the cutting process. We're using a fine cutting compound which is going to basically just cut the very edge or the top layer of the finished paint, which will really bring it back up to that nice shine. Now there's one thing I want to highlight here, because I always get it in a lot of different comments and a lot of different videos. When you've got freshly painted panels, they will always be a bit brighter or a slightly different shade to the old existing panels which have been exposed to the elements for many years since the car was first originally painted in the factory, and to get rid of that you have to buff everything up. It's now the next day and it's only right, since we're working on one M4, we brought out the other one so that you guys get to see. If you haven't seen it, go check out the rebuild on the F82 M4. So guys, there you have it. We've done an amazing, well, Akil has done an amazing job so far on our G82. As you've just seen outside is our F82. So from one generation to a next. And as you can see, we went ahead and we had to change this bonnet. Now, if you remember, the old bonnet just had a tiny little bit of damage right to this section here. I showed it to you in the slow motion shots earlier. Well, when we tried to fix that, it was so light and it was so flimsy, we just thought, we can't do it. So we had to buy this brand new unit from BMW and it got delivered last night. Akil stayed late, he sprayed it and we fitted it this morning off camera. Guess how much that bonnet was? That bonnet was £1,000 plus the VAT, and the owner of the car thought that was cheap because when we were looking for second-hand bonnets, we were seeing them for £2,000 and up. But anyway, the G82 has got a new bonnet. It's got that new headlight. This headlight was imported all the way from Europe. We could not find it in the UK. This thing is coming together. Like you just saw just now, Akil was just polishing it and getting it all ready for that final crisp finish. And we're gonna do some more polishing now off camera. You've seen it a million times. And then we're gonna be showing you some slow motion shots of everything that we have done with this car. And I wanna get it out. I wanna try to get it for a test drive because I have never driven one of these. I'm going to be taking the GoPro with me and you guys are going to be getting a POV of the first drive for me in the cockpit of the new 2021 M4 Competition. So let's get that finished and get the car outside. So after yet some more cutting, some more polishing, everything was looking well, and we decided to just do a quick diagnostics to make sure that everything was coming up in the green, and as you can see, everything is looking good. However, we still have one giant problem. Alright guys, so Akil's finished his polishing. Look at that bonnet, look at the finish. I don't know if you can see that. Well done, son. Yeah. I'm off to take it to the car wash. I'm gonna be putting you guys on the head cam and you're gonna get a POV. Oh, it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited, like come on. A lot of people say that I get too excited, but come on, if you're driving these kind of cars on a daily basis, you'd be excited too. Anyway, I'm gonna put you on the head strap and we're gonna get out of here, man. All right guys, can you see me? Let's go. Ooh. Hope you guys can see all right up there. I'm trying to get you the best possible view. Light system, yep, that passenger light still needs to get coated. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we need to code that before the customer picks the car up. But we can do that another day. just have a look at this interior, guys. The interior is so crazy. Got my camera there to get you some slow motion shots at the car wash. I got some money in my pocket. Stick it at M1. See what M1's all about. It's a nice sunny day today in London. There's our other M4. That's the F82. Thank you, boss. Thank you. Hey. Whee. It just sounds so beefy. Everyone's just looking at me like, what is this guy doing with this thing on his head? Too much traffic. But anyway, guys, if I close that, have a look at that. The carbon finish. I like how simple they've made it, yet still it looks sporty. It does the job. It looks good. Oh yes, yes. I really just want to open it up and try it, but I can't. I was hoping that it's not too busy in here. Oh, here we go. It's very busy. So guys, there's been a ton of work that we've put into this build, and here we are at the final milestone of just getting it washed before these cinematic shots. So guys, there you have it. That is the complete rebuild on this 2021 BMW G82 M4 Competition. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be doing it a little bit different on the outro. Shut up. We're going to be doing things a little bit different on the outro for this one. You just saw me drive it to the car wash. We've done everything in this episode. Now it's time to head back, and this is where we're going to see you at. But before we go, let's start this bad boy up. Oh yes, stick it in M1 and let's get out of here. That's the M colors on the seatbelt, looks amazing. M4 seats, they're so comfortable. Like, if you've never driven one of these, I recommend go down to your local dealership and do a test drive. It feels so comfortable and the power is crazy. Like, I love power. Let's get it out of here. It just sounds mental. You just haven't got anywhere to drive. Nowhere to drive in London, but you get the gist. I'm in a bit of a rush. I would actually go somewhere more quiet and have a nice little play about in the car, but I'm actually my girlfriend's on holiday this week, and I am actually heading off now to go to the nursery to collect my little one, and I don't want to be late. It's just gone 5:05 and I've got to be there in an hour and a half, and I've got an hour and a half drive, so I'm up against it, guys. So we need to get back as soon as possible. I'll drop this car off, and yeah man, it's been good working on this, and this is a new experience, and this is how I learn. Like, you learn by doing new things, pushing yourself, pushing boundaries, and this is yet again something new that I've tried, and I think that we've done all right. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But anyway, guys, once again, this has been D. This has been another one-off from Salvage Nation, and like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Woo! Guys, thank you for watching. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch. Click here to watch one of my previous episodes. And like it said there, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We out.